Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. I have my daughter in the background. She's going to read like she did in the last video.
Hello.
And I know I'm wearing the same shirt. This is the third video, same exact shirt. I'm not changing or anything else. Just letting you know right off the bat. I'm trying to get 3 boxes done in one day while she's here.
Oops.
And I have
We'll get it.
4 boxes left, not Creative
There
Notions.
you go.
Y'all know that Creative Notions is my favorite box. Okay, don't tell nobody. But anyway, I wanted to do theirs first. That's why they are being done first. The other ones will be done later. And one is a Christmas box, just so you know. It'll be the last one. Anywho.
Oh, and this is, we're in March of 2026.
Still in March.
And this box is August of 2025.
And before she gets started, I know everybody is on the sourdough craze. So let's talk about that for just a minute. So I have found every kind of sourdough creation you can out there. Now, I have a Friendship in my freezer that I actually brought with me. Oh my gosh, how long has it been since... Okay, we're going to go there.
We've been here since... I've been here since April of 2000. You came in 01.
But the Friendship came down with me in 1980, and it's still in my freezer.
Oh, well, there you go. 1980.
Okay. So, and it's a sourdough. So any sourdough will last your lifetime if you create it. I bought one online to get it started real fast. And of course, forget that. There's no such thing as starting it real fast. It took its time, just like everything else. Then I watched the man who I can't even think of his name. I want to call him Paul, but I'm not even sure that's his name.
I don't think that's his name.
Okay. Anyway, then I made his Friendship starter. Not his Friendship, his sourdough starter. Well, maybe this needs to be a video on its own. No. Let's go forward real quick. Anyway, I find that if you ignore your sourdough, it does it a lot better. So listen to what the trick that I did with my sourdough. So, you know, you're supposed to have it, it's supposed to be in a warm place. Well, the weather's been crazy here. I don't know about where you're at. But it's almost the best way to make sourdough. It happens to be in the summer. But who the heck wants to bake and do all that baking and heat your house up in the summer? So the winter is the best time for me to do it. But then it's like, well, what do I put it on? So I bought one of those little round things that will heat it. Well, that takes care of one pot. What if you want to make more than something that has a cup or half a cup of sourdough in it, which I have found recipes that take a whole cup or a cup and a half.
Yeah.
So I had 3 different sourdough, I'm going to call them recipes. The starter started.
Thank you.
And so for 2 of them, which were in the size of a quart jar, I took my heating pad, plugged it in, laid it out on a pan on my stove, because I have a, it's not even a pan. What's that black thing I got on my stove that takes up the 2 burners? Yeah, it's like a griddle.
Flat
It takes
griddle.
up 2 of the...
Isn't it cast iron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes up 2 burners. So it's that, and I've got it on the left-hand side of my stove, so the 2 burners on the left, the front and the back. I've laid it down there, then I put a towel, then I put my heating pad, and then I put a towel, and then I put the jars on it. So my heating pad has low, medium, high, but it also has up to 120 minutes for time. So you can set it time-wise. So I went ahead and did that, and that worked perfect to heat it up. Now I took a towel, dark towel, because it likes to be in the dark, and put it over the top of it. So all I did was every time I went out into the kitchen to fill my tea or to whatever, get the dog's water, whatever, then I turn around and I would check it to see how it worked, and it worked fabulously. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, and it took its time. It didn't like do it like within an hour, but it did cut down the time. So anyway, then I would just mix it. If I forgot, let's say that I got, like when I started going back to work during the week, then I would forget that I'm supposed to be discarding a cup, saving a cup, whatever. Well, if you forget, that's fine. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to go bad over a day. All you do is stir it up just like you had left it. If it's got any kind of either gook, like not the hoochie now. You want to keep that on it.
It's
that's
not
the good
hoochie, it's hooch.
Oh, a hooch. Okay. Excuse me. Not the hooch. Anyway, you leave that on there. That's the liquid that gets up at the top. You just stir that back on in because that's the good stuff. But if it got, like, let's say that it got, like, one time it had a sort of like, what do you call it's not a crust, but it's like a film over the top that starts getting hard because it's been exposed to air, okay? Just take it off. I put it in a paper towel and throw it in the trash. And then stir it up. And then what you do is every time you measure out your cup, or half cup, whatever one you're doing, because I do a cup at a time, but you can do a half, and you put equal parts of flour and water. I put a little bit less water than the flour. And we can talk about this. If you're interested in knowing all about this, just ask me and I'll do a separate video and then we'll go from there. But anyway, so I had it all started. I did make the cornbread, but the problem with my cornbread, which I have to go back to it now, is that it needed more time. The problem with more time is that the top would have totally burnt. So now I'm going to go and take it and cut it in half, lay the 2 halves down and cook those sides. It'll just be like a piece of cornbread got split in half. But it is very, very good. It turned out great. So I've already made a cake and everybody out at the office just raved about the cake. They didn't realize that I made it with sourdough. You can't taste the sourdough. If you've made it right, you're not tasting it. When you buy sourdough bread at the grocery store and it tastes a little bit sour, that's because the manufacturers are putting that back into that dough because that's what they think you expect. But when you make it from scratch and you've made your own, it doesn't taste anything like that. So that's it for the sourdough. I just wanted to let you know, update you on that, what's going on with that stuff. Okay, here we go.
So trip around the block. As the sun sets on summer, we're throwing a party for our 7th birthday with one more fabulous quilt. Carol Thielen has wowed us yet again with her masterpiece, a trip around the block. This quilt is as stunning as it is simple to make.
There it is.
Simple.
Yeah, it's all blocks, just little squares.
The gorgeous fabric from poppy cotton is the perfect partner for this easy peasy pattern, promising to splash your home with a burst of beautiful colors. So
those are the birds.
Oh, I like that.
Look at that. That's sort of a, I don't know, orange and pink salmon, I guess you could say. Blue. And some flowers. And some butterflies. Moths. I don't know if they're moths or butterflies. They look like moths.
Let me see.
Look like moths, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And then our pretty little white. And then before she goes on, because I don't know if it's mentioned in that, but they had fabric that we were supposed to get in the August box, which I had already gotten another box. And it's called Oops, and it is that white fabric that I just showed you. Okay, go ahead.
And then we have a pumpkin pine cushion kit. No, we don't. I don't know. What is it's because I'm tired. That must be it.
Pin cushion.
Pumpkin pin cushion kit.
There we go.
We're gearing up for fall with our adorable little pin cushion. It's fun to make, needing just one seam and a sprinkle of gathering stitches. Keep that glue gun ready for this project. We think you'll want to make more than one. Those glass head pins, they're sharp and ready to impress. So it comes with the glass.
This is
head pins.
felt, not brown fabric. This is your regular cotton fabric. This is a little green pipe cleaner.
What's the matter?
This is your twine.
Did he take the yak?
Here's a box of pens. Everybody can use pens.
In your bed.
And then here's your little walnuts. And that's what comes in the box to make the pumpkin pin cushion.
Then we have Sunshine Garden. You must agree that this quilt is the cutest mystery quilt ever made. Miss B's Design Hive has been hard at work adding 2 more rows to keep us engaged. With only a few more rows left to complete, we're excited for you to love the final touches just as much as we do. Our winners...
Wait a minute. What was the name of the rose? Did it tell you?
Sunshine Garden.
No. Checkerboard and tulip blocks, did it tell you?
Okay, it did not say that.
Well, maybe they're not. Okay, wait a minute. Yep, here's the checker.
I
Okay,
don't,
I see it. Maybe it's just
Oh,
not
say-
on there up at the,
no,
up at the
it's-
top. And then here's your tulips. And then I'm going to show you the quilt so far with that added is right here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so winners. Project winners. Karen. Again, I apologize if I've messed up your name. Karen Pitch-Schneider, and Chloe Davenport and Kimberly St. Clair. Those were the project winners.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And so the goodie, which is usually candy, it is pumpkin hot cocoa. You get this little thing right here that tells you how to make it.
That sounds good.
And it looks like this. And it is from the Pantry Pauper. Looks just like that. Okay. All right. Is that everything?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Remember to share your creations on our Facebook group, Creative Notions Group, to be able to win prizes each month and possibly be showcased in the header in the group. We love seeing everyone's work. Note, the best way to reach us is by email. info@creativenotionsquiltshop.com. All one word. And it's the @sign. We check our emails daily and will respond quickly. Creative Notions, P.O. Box 384, Salina, Utah 84654.
Okay, now I'm going to lay it all out here so you can see what we got. Alrighty, here it is all laid down. The Garden of Sunshine, the checkerboard row, the tulip blocks. Here is Carol's quilt and all the fabric. Let me just move this a minute so you can see that fabric. There you go. And the pumpkin cocoa hot chocolate. And then let me move this out of the way so we can see the pumpkin. That's going to be a cute little pin cushion. All right, there you go. Now don't forget, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, and make a comment, and I'll see you next time. And again, welcome everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.